Jumped out a plane, tried falling more in love with you. We missed the train each morning, and then we don't know what to do. I can't live with or without you. We could be dying if our hearts beat too slow. 100 reasons I can think to be with you. So if we're drowning, let our love keep us afloat.
If we're gonna leave this ship, we're gonna have to sink or swim. Take my hand and dive in. I'll never let you go again. If we're gonna leave this ship, we're gonna have to sink or swim. Take my hand and dive in. I'll never let you go again.
It seemed to rain for days, I guess our hearts were pouring. We didn't keep the scores, this game we played, it ain't rewarding. It's like we changed our names and that's the reason we ignoring. We highly flammable, I guess we didn't read the warnings. So use with caution, cause girl we awesome. We gotta cherish this, it doesn't come along that often. Just stay for summer, guarantee you'll still be here in autumn. The love I got for you will never ever go to auction. I can't live with or without you. We could be dying if our hearts beat too slow. 100 reasons I can think to be with you. So if we're drowning, let our love keep us afloat.
If we're gonna leave this ship, we're gonna have to sink or swim. Take my hand and dive in. I'll never let you go again. If we're gonna leave this ship, we're gonna have to sink or swim. Take my hand and dive in. I'll never let you go again. I'll never let you, never let you, never let you. I'll never let you, never let you. We're gonna have to sink or swim. I'll never let you, never let you, never let you. I'll never let you, never let you. We're gonna have to sink or swim. Don't let me go, don't let me go, let me go under.
Don't let me go, don't let me go, don't let me go.
I'll never let you, never let you go.
If we're gonna leave this ship, we're gonna have to sink or swim. Take my hand and dive in. I'll never let you go again.
I'll never let you, never let you, never let you. I'll never let you, never. We're gonna have to sink or swim. I'll never let you, never let you, never let you. I'll never let you, never. We're gonna have to sink or swim.
Hey, what's up everyone? Hope you're having a good evening tonight. Hey, what's up Norm? Sup Alex? Alright, so let's get the night started off with the total crypto market cap. So for the weekly, bears are actually losing a tiny bit of momentum, and the stochastic is coiling up. So it looks like there is likely going to be a major move coming soon, which we see after a nice coil up on the stochastic typically. The RSI is in neutral territory for now. And so far, it looks like we're making a little attempt at getting back above the fib level here for this weekly candle. Bears losing momentum on the MACD for the daily, bullish cross on the stochastic, neutral on the RSI, and looking like we have some higher lows and higher highs going on these daily candles. So we are making an attempt at getting above the fib level on the daily as well, so I'm liking the looks of that. Bulls losing a bit of momentum on the 4 hour with the bearish cross on the stochastic. The RSI is pulled back up to the bullish control zone though, so I do like the looks of that with a little bit of bullish engulfing going on. Made an attempt at breaking, failed, came back down. And looks like we might make another attempt at getting up above the fib level on the 4 hour. Bears are losing momentum on the MACD for the 1 hour. Stochastics coiled up nicely. Looking like we're trying to decide what we want to do for the next major move. Neutral on the RSI, and quite a lot of consolidation on these candles, but this would be a higher low than we had back here after attempting to break above the fib level. So overall, total crypto market cap is not looking that bad right now. Yeah, no bearish divergence present. This is a bit higher here, so yeah, I like the look of the total crypto market cap so far today. If we can break back up above the fib level, form support at that resistance level, it'll start to be looking quite a lot nicer for total crypto market cap at that point. Alright, Bitcoin. Bitcoin actually has some bullish momentum beginning to build again on the MACD. The stochastic is cross bearish, but it's beginning to coil up. Neutral on the RSI, and we're really attempting to respect this fib level as support currently. So Bitcoin's looking quite nice on the weekly so far. Daily, bears losing a lot of momentum on the MACD with a very nice bullish cross on the stochastic, neutral on the RSI. Whenever you don't include the wick, it looks like we have a higher low right here, above the fib level as well. And now it's just a lot of consolidation on these candles, but looks like it is attempting to bullishly engulf and potentially rally. So for Bitcoin, if we were to continue to pull back further, all we really want to hold is just slightly above the 618 fib level. So about 33,130 roughly. And as long as we form a higher low above this candle here, still looking great for a potential rally to finish off the market cycle if we get one more run up. Alright, 4 hour, bulls losing momentum on the MACD, stochastics cross bearish, starting to coil up a little. The RSI is in the bullish control zone though, and we're attempting to bullishly engulf. And we did have some 4 hour bullish divergence present before we began to rally as well, and we didn't get overbought yet since then. RSI is still in the bullish control zone, so there definitely could be some more gas in it to attempt to rally from here. Alright, so for the 1 hour, bears losing momentum on the MACD. Stochastics coiling up pretty heavily, neutral on the RSI. And we got a higher low on the candles here, and we formed 2 higher highs as well. No bearish divergence on the 1 hour candles yet. Yeah, there definitely could be room for another attempt at a run up for both Bitcoin and total crypto market cap. So I'm liking the looks of both Bitcoin and total market cap today for crypto. Alright, Ethereum. Bulls gaining momentum for the MACD on the weekly. Stochastics coiling up quite tightly, so it looks like we're going to see another major move coming soon. Neutral on the RSI. And we are making an attempt at bullishly engulfing back above the fib level here. Bears losing momentum on the MACD for the daily. Bullish cross on the stochastic. Neutral on the RSI. And a lot of consolidation on this daily candle so far, but looks like it may attempt to get up above the fib level, which would be great if we see it get above and then form support at those levels. 4 hour, bulls losing momentum on the MACD with a bearish cross on the stochastic, neutral on the RSI. 4 hour bullish divergence on Ethereum as well before it began to rally, and we didn't get overbought yet. RSI is neutral, not in the bullish control zone, so Bitcoin looks a little nicer on the 4 hour for now. It does look like it is attempting to bullishly engulf though, so same thing for what I was talking about. If we break up above this fib level, I would like to see higher lows holding here, and if we see some higher lows holding above this fib level forming support at previous resistance, then we'll be looking much nicer for Ethereum at that point. Alright, so for the 1 hour, bears losing momentum on the MACD, stochastics coiled up, neutral on the RSI, And I do like the way that the candles are just forming higher lows and higher highs consistently right now, so it looks like the trend is currently bullish on the smaller time frames. All we really need to do is get a nice clean break above the fib level and hold as support, and that'll be looking much nicer. Alright, XRP is still just bouncing around in this pennant. Looks like we're currently consolidating right around the center of it. For the weekly, bulls losing momentum on the MACD with a bearish cross on the stochastic. Still neutral on the RSI, and looking like a lot of consolidation on these weekly candles here. Daily, the MACD's kind of flattened out a little. Stochastics crossed bullish, but coiling up. Neutral on the RSI. And looking like we just have some heavy consolidation here in the center of the pennant. Bears losing a little momentum on the 4-hour MACD, but the stochastic is crossed bearish. RSI pulled back up to neutral. And just some heavy consolidation on the 4-hour as well, so most time frames looks like it's just consolidating near the center of the pennant. Bears losing momentum on the 1-hour MACD, but the stochastic's coiling up very slightly in the bearish control zone, attempting to get into the neutral zone on the RSI. And really heavy consolidation going on. So XRP, out of all the assets, just looks like it's consolidating more than anything today. So ideally what I'd like to see is a nice clean break from this pennant, break out, come down, form support at the top of this pennant instead of it being resistance, and then a beautiful push off from there and a nice rally up. Definitely possible it breaks to the downside as well, so I'll be keeping a very close eye on this pennant to see which direction XRP ends up breaking. And let's take a look at some of the US stock indexes, since those are looking very interesting today. Okay, so we actually have some bullish momentum beginning to build on the MACD for the Dow Jones for the first time since November of last year, which that didn't really manifest into anything, that last one. And then before that, that would be June of 2021. So seeing some bullish momentum beginning to build on the MACD is very interesting to see, especially with the stochastic crossing bullish like it is now. And the RSI is also attempting to get into the bullish control zone with some bullish engulfing going on here. So very interesting weekly chart here for the Dow Jones. Now it looks even more interesting whenever we take a look at the daily. And we can actually see an inverse head and shoulders pattern going on here. So an inverse head and shoulders pattern is a potential reversal pattern back to the upside. So with the current bullish engulfing going on, we're attempting to break right above the tip right here. Definitely some nice chance that we'll see a nice rally starting for stocks. So bullish momentum is building on the MACD for the daily. Very nice bullish cross on the stochastic. The RSI is in the bullish control zone, and now we're bullish engulfing. And we had also had some daily bullish divergence present right here before we began to form the right shoulder, and now a potential rally. So if stocks get a couple more bids, definitely possible that we see a very, very nice rally coming for stocks soon. And 4-hour. Bulls gaining momentum on the MACD. This 4-hour candle here is just starting to cool off slightly. Stochastics coiled up, but still cross bullish. Overbought now on the RSI, but it looks like we do have a tiny bull flag going on here on the 4-hour candles. overall stock, or the US stock indexes so far, the Dow Jones, really liking the looks of this one so far. So let's take a look at the S&P 500 and see how that's looking today. Alright, bears losing momentum on the MACD for the weekly. Stochastic is coiling up pretty heavily. Neutral on the RSI. And looking like consolidation, but maybe a little attempt at bullish engulfing on this weekly candle. And daily, we actually also have an inverse head and shoulders pattern. So typically for an inverse head and shoulders, the right shoulder, we want that to be slightly higher than the left. So we have that on both the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones. And we also had some daily bullish divergence present as well before we seen this attempt at a rally. Bears losing momentum on the MACD, bullish cross on the stochastic, bullish divergence, and inverse head and shoulders. The Dow Jones looks a bit more bullish, but this is looking quite bullish as well. And 4-hour MACD's cooling off a little. Stochastic is still crossed bullish. Bullish control zone on the RSI, and there's still more room to run to the upside if it wants to. And looking like we have a little bull flag going on here currently on the 4-hour candles. Bears losing momentum on the MACD for the 1 hour. Stochastic's crossed bullish, but beginning to coil up. Bullish control zone on the RSI after being overbought. Came down to neutral. Now it's back into the bullish control zone. And now we're making a little attempt at bullish engulfing. So I'm really liking the looks of both the Dow Jones and the S&P 500 currently. The Dow Jones, like I was saying, does look a bit nicer, but the S&P's looking quite nice currently as well. Alright, Nasdaq, bears losing momentum on the MACD. Stochastic's crossed bearish, but beginning to coil up. Very slightly in the bearish control zone, still on the RSI, but looks like it's attempting to go up to neutral. And just a lot of consolidation going on these weekly candles. Bears losing momentum on the MACD for the daily with a bullish cross on the stochastic, neutral on the RSI. There is no inverse head and shoulders on the daily, so the Dow Jones and the S&P 500 both look nicer for that. Stochastic is bullish with the bears losing momentum and neutral on the RSI though, so it's not looking horrible on the daily. Bulls losing a bit of momentum on the MACD for the 4 hour. Stochastic's crossed bearish but beginning to coil up. We do have some 4-hour bullish divergence though, so that's very nice. And a lot of consolidation right here on the candles. Bears losing momentum on the MACD for the 1 hour. Bullish cross on the stochastic, beginning to coil up a bit. Neutral on the RSI. And a lot of consolidation going on here so far. So both the Dow Jones and the S&P is looking nicer than the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq is looking alright though. If we start to see the S&P and the Dow Jones run, the Nasdaq will likely begin to get a nice little rally as well. Alright, so let's take a look at precious metals and see how those are looking tonight. Alright, so for gold, bulls continue to lose momentum on the MACD for the weekly. Stochastic is cross bullish though. We were slightly overbought on the RSI. Now we're pulled back a little, but still in the bullish control zone. And as of yet, it just looks like we're attempting to form higher highs and higher lows on the candles, so that's looking alright. Daily, bulls losing momentum on the MACD, bearish cross on the stochastic, neutral on the RSI, and almost looks like we have a tiny bear flag going on here on the daily candles, so it is possible that we see some further pullback. Bears losing momentum on the MACD for the 4 hour with a bullish cross on the stochastic, bearish control zone on the RSI, and making a small attempt at bearish engulfing on the 4 hour candles here. Bulls losing momentum on the MACD for the 1 hour with a bearish cross on the stochastic, neutral on the RSI, and attempting to bearishly engulf on the candles. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a bit further of a pullback for gold. But overall, gold is still looking very nice on the larger time frames. Could pull down to around 1780, form a higher low around here, and if we form a higher low above this region, still looking great for a nice potential rally. And let's see. There's not really all that much for resistance on the way up, so if we do begin to rally from here, it's only really previous all-time highs that'd be the next major resistance for us to break. And if we break through there, gold's going into price discovery mode and could get a very, very nice rally from there. I wouldn't be surprised if we see between $2,500 to $3,000 an ounce for gold, potentially even as high as $5,000 if we see an extreme hyperinflationary scenario play out. Alright, silver's still looking quite nice as well. Very nice double bottom on the candles for the weekly. I like the way how we broke above the fib level, came down, attempted to form support at this fib level, then went up and formed a higher low right here. The bulls are losing momentum on the MACD for the weekly though, and the RSI pulled back down into the neutral zone. Stochastics cross bullish but beginning to coil up. Bulls losing momentum on the MACD for the daily with a bearish cross on the stochastic, neutral on the RSI, and making an attempt at bearish engulfing on the daily candles currently. Bears losing momentum on the MACD for the 4 hour, stochastics cross bullish but beginning to coil up, bearish control zone on the RSI, and attempting to bearishly engulf on the 4 hour candles. So same thing as gold, definitely possible in the smaller time frames. We see a bit more of a pullback. Bulls losing momentum on the MACD for the 1 hour with a bearish cross on the stochastic, bearish control zone on the RSI, and attempting to bearishly engulf on the candles. So smaller time frames for both gold and silver, I wouldn't be surprised if it pulls back further. Larger time frames, I'm quite bullish on both gold and silver currently. Alright, Sphere Finance. Bears gaining momentum on the MACD for the daily, bearish cross on the stochastic. Still neutral on the RSI for now, and looking like a lot of consolidation here. Does look like it's in a bit of a downtrend though, forming lower lows and lower highs here on the daily candles. Bulls gaining very slight momentum on the 4 hour MACD, stochastics coiled up pretty heavily. There is some 4 hour bullish divergence, so that's at least looking alright. We had some bearish divergence here before it had the significant pullback. So with the bullish divergence present, maybe that'll be enough for it to reverse at these levels. So the candles goes from a low to a lower low. Meanwhile, the RSI goes from a low to a higher low. So this would be a bullish divergence, a sign of a potential reversal back to the upside. So low, lower low, low, higher low. So potential reversal pattern. So this could potentially be a bottom on Sphere. Bull's gaining a little momentum on the MACD. The stochastic's coiled up pretty heavily, so it's attempting to decide what to do for the next major move. And just some heavy consolidation on the candles now at this point. 1 hour, Bull's losing a little momentum on the MACD. Stochastic is attempting to cross bearish. Bearish control zone for now on the RSI. And heavy consolidation here. So the next move is going to be a pretty important one for Sphere. We're either going to respect the bullish divergence and begin to rally from here, or reject the bullish divergence, and in that case it could be in for a pretty dirty downtrend at that point. So yeah, I'd keep a very close eye on this one, Jesse, over the next couple of days and weeks. Definitely the next couple of days is going to be important for Sphere. Alright, Polar. Bears losing momentum on the MACD for the daily with a bullish cross on the stochastic, neutral on the RSI, and just consolidating so far on this daily candle. Bulls losing a little momentum on the MACD, stochastic's coiled up pretty heavily, attempting to decide what to do for the next major move. Still in the bullish control zone for now on the RSI, and so far we're attempting to form higher highs and higher lows, so it's looking alright on the 4 hour for now. Bulls gaining a little momentum on the MACD for the 1 hour, bullish cross on the stochastic, still in the bullish control zone for the RSI. And a lot of consolidation, but attempting to form higher highs and higher lows. Ideally, I'd like to see a higher high coming soon for Polar, and that'll confirm a little bit of potential trend reversal to the upside. Alright, BVS Finance. Bears losing a bit of momentum on the MACD. The RSI is in the bearish control zone though. Stochastic's coiled up pretty heavily below the 20 zone. Bulls losing a bit of momentum on the MACD for the 4 hour. Bearish control zone on the RSI. Stochastic's cross bearish. Starting to coil up a little, but still cross bearish for now. Bears attempting to gain a bit of momentum on the 1 hour. RSI's in the bearish control zone. Bearish cross on the stochastic. Yeah, I wouldn't really be that surprised if we do see a little bit more of a pullback on VVS, so I'd be keeping a close eye on this one. We are at a very, very nice accumulation zone on this asset, though, for if we do get another potential all-time high run on it, and I really like the utility of this asset. If this does just keep dipping from here, personally, I'll just be accumulating more. Alright, Dogecoin. Bulls gaining momentum on the MACD for the weekly. Stochastics cross bullish, beginning to coil up though. Bearish control zone on the RSI, attempting to get into the neutral zone. And some pretty heavy consolidation on the weekly candles here. Bears losing a bit of momentum on the MACD for the daily. Bullish cross on the stochastic, neutral on the RSI. And just a lot of consolidation going on these candles here. Bulls losing momentum on the MACD for the 4 hour with a bearish cross on the stochastic. RSI is neutral though. And yeah, just a lot of consolidation going on for the 4 hour candles as well. Bears losing momentum on the MACD for the 1 hour. Very slight bearish cross on the stochastic, neutral on the RSI. And extreme consolidation on the 1 hour candles as well. So Doge, I'll be waiting for a little more information to develop on this asset to have a better idea of where it's going. It is at a very nice accumulation zone though. Anything around 15 cents and under is great, since that's about a 5x roughly to the previous all-time highs. And let's take a look at Shiba Inu and see how that's looking tonight. Bears losing momentum on the MACD for the weekly, stochastics coiling up pretty heavily, neutral on the RSI, and just a lot of consolidation on these candles. I like the way that it's consolidating above the fib level though. Bears gaining a bit of momentum on the MACD for the daily, stochastics coiled up quite a lot, neutral on the RSI. And we did form higher lows and attempt to form higher highs, but I'd like to see some higher highs coming soon for Shiba. 4-hour bears gaining momentum on the MACD with a bearish cross on the stochastic, neutral zone on the RSI. And just a lot of consolidation on these 4-hour candles. Bears losing momentum on the MACD for the 1 hour, stochastics coiling up pretty heavily. Neutral zone on the RSI, and tiny attempt at bullish engulfing on the candles, but looks more like consolidation than anything. So both Dogecoin and Shiba, I would currently be waiting for a little more information to develop on both of these assets. Is there anything else that you guys want me to check out for you tonight? Alright, Quant. Bears lose momentum on the MACD for the weekly, bearish cross on the stochastic. We're slightly in the bearish control zone on the RSI, and a tiny downtrend here on the weekly. Now we're just consolidating. Bears losing momentum on the MACD for the daily, stochastics cross bullish. Bearish control zone for now on the RSI, and a lot of consolidation on these candles here. Bears gaining a bit of momentum on the 4-hour MACD with a bearish cross on the stochastic, neutral on the RSI, and quite a lot of consolidation, but looking more like lower highs than lower lows so far. So definitely looks like it's in a tiny downtrend. Bears losing momentum on the MACD for the 1 hour, bullish cross on the stochastic, RSI is in the bearish control zone but attempting to get into the neutral zone, and a lot of consolidation on the 1 hour candles. Yeah, I don't see any immediate signs of reversal on this asset, so this is another one I'd be waiting for more information to develop on. Alright, Casper Labs. Bulls gaining momentum on the MACD for the weekly. Stochastics attempting to cross bearish, but coiled up quite a lot. Bearish control zone on the RSI, and a lot of consolidation on these weekly candles. Bears losing momentum on the MACD for the daily with a bullish cross on the stochastic, neutral on the RSI. And yeah, just a lot of consolidation going on here for probably about the last 2 weeks worth of candles. Bulls attempting to gain some very slight momentum on the 4-hour MACD with the bearish. There is a bearish cross on the stochastic though. Neutral on the RSI. And yeah, a lot of consolidation on the 4-hour as well. Yeah, it's looking like a lot of these altcoins are waiting to see what happens with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bulls gaining some very slight momentum on the 1 hour MACD, bullish cross on the stochastic, neutral on the RSI, but looks like it's attempting to get into the bullish control zone. And some extreme consolidation on the 1 hour candles as well. So yeah, this is definitely another one I'd wait for a little more information to develop on to have a better idea on which direction this is going to break. Bears losing momentum on the MACD for the weekly with a bearish cross though on the stochastic, bearish control zone on the RSI. And consolidation on the weekly candle so far. Bears losing momentum on the MACD for the daily with a bearish cross on the stochastic. We're slightly in the bearish control zone on the RSI, but it does look like the candles are beginning to round out here. Bulls attempting to gain some very slight momentum, looks more neutral than anything on the MACD. Bullish cross on the stochastic, neutral on the RSI, and a lot of consolidation going on here. We do actually have some 4 hour bullish divergence on this asset, so Alliance block's looking a little better than the previous two I'd just taken a look at. So low to lower low on the candles, but the RSI goes from low to higher low. So that would be a bullish divergence, a sign of a potential reversal back to the upside. Bulls gaining some tiny momentum on the 1 hour MACD. Stochastic is beginning to coil up. Cross bearish but coiling up. Neutral on the RSI. And extreme consolidation on these 1 hour candles. Yeah, we also have some 1 hour bullish divergence present as well. So, sign of a potential reversal back to the upside on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. Alright, CRV bears losing momentum on the MACD for the weekly. Stochastic is cross bearish though. The RSI is very slightly in the bearish control zone, but attempting to get into the neutral zone. And it looks like we are attempting to respect the fib level as support here. Bears losing momentum on the MACD for the daily with a bullish cross on the stochastic. Neutral on the RSI. And yeah, the daily looks like it's really attempting to respect the fib level as support levels here. Bulls losing some momentum on the MACD for the 4 hour with a bearish cross on the stochastic, but it is beginning to coil up. Bullish control zone for now on the RSI. And just a lot of consolidation above the fib level for now. Bears losing momentum on the MACD for the 1 hour, bullish cross on the stochastic, but it's beginning to coil up. Neutral on the RSI, and consolidation. So as long as we hold this fib level as support, this will be looking quite a lot nicer. So I'm going to wait for a few days of information to develop and see if we hold here. And then we might start to see a little bit more signs of this asset rallying. Alright, Hex. Bears losing momentum on the MACD for the weekly. Stochastic is coiling up quite heavily around that 20 zone. We're slightly in the bearish control zone, but we're really attempting to respect the, I believe that's the 786. Yeah, the 786 fib level is support. Higher lows as well. You can see right here, just really respected that fib level. Made a very tiny run up, and then we just wicked down to there. We didn't even get the thicker parts. Bears losing momentum on the MACD for the daily with a bullish cross on the stochastic, neutral on the RSI, and attempting to bullishly engulf on the candles here. Bulls gaining momentum on the MACD for the 4 hour with a bullish cross on the stochastic, bullish control zone on the RSI, and attempting to bullishly engulf on the 4 hour candles. So Hex is definitely starting to show some signs of potential life. Bulls gaining momentum on the MACD for the 1 hour, bullish cross on the stochastic, bullish control zone on the RSI with more room to run to the upside, not overbought yet. and attempting to bullishly engulf. So yeah, I'm liking the looks of the Hex chart quite a lot right now. If we start to see crypto run again, wouldn't be surprised whatsoever if we see Hex begin to do a nice rally from here. Alright, AION. Bulls attempting to gain some momentum again on the MACD. Stochastic is cross bearish though, and we're still in the bearish control zone on the RSI. And quite a lot of consolidation going on here, but so far it is looking like higher lows, higher high, higher low. So, looking alright. Bears losing momentum on the MACD for the daily with a bullish cross on the stochastic, neutral on the RSI. Yeah, quite a lot of consolidation here. I like the way that this is beginning to round out though. Bulls attempting to gain some momentum again on the 4 hour with the stochastic coiling up heavily. Bullish control zone on the RSI. And we are attempting to bullishly engulf on the candles. Bears losing momentum on the 1 hour MACD with a bullish cross on the stochastic. We were just overbought on the RSI. Then we pulled back to just slightly in the bearish control zone. And now we're actually back up into the bullish control zone with a little bit of bullish engulfing going on. So AION is starting to look like there's some potential life here. I'm going to wait for a little more information to develop on this asset, but definitely could be quite a lot of upside potential here, especially with where we are currently. The previous highs that we had hit was back around May 2021, and we got as high as around 71 cents. And the previous all-time highs was up around $12, and I believe that's 30 cents right here at its peak. So this is a very high-risk altcoin. Not really any utility that I know of. It's just based purely off the technicals, the chart, that I'm interested in this asset. Right, Cardano, bulls gaining a little momentum on the MACD. Stochastics cross bearish though. Bearish control zone on the RSI. And we got rejected at the fib level for attempting to break above there. So pretty strong resistance here. Then it pulled back. Now we're just consolidating. Bears losing momentum on the MACD for the daily. Stochastics cross bullish. Still slightly in the bearish control zone on the RSI. And some extreme consolidation going on here. Bulls losing momentum on the MACD for the 4 hour with a bearish cross on the stochastic, neutral on the RSI. And yeah, just a lot of consolidation going on here. We do actually have some 4 hour bullish divergence, so that's looking nice. So the candles goes from low to lower low. Meanwhile, the RSI goes from a low to a higher low. So bullish divergence, a sign of a potential reversal back to the upside. So 4 hour, I don't mind the looks of Cardano, even though the stochastics cross bearish. If this cools off a little bit and crosses bullish and we get some more bullish momentum beginning to build, could start to look really nice for Cardano at that point. 1 hour, bears losing momentum on the MACD. Stochastic is coiled up at that 20 zone. The RSI actually just pulled back up into the neutral zone, and now we're making a little attempt at bullish engulfing here. Yeah, I don't really mind the looks of this chart. It's definitely starting to show signs of a potential reversal. And there's also 1 hour bullish divergence as well. On the 1 hour, we did get overbought after the divergence though, so that could have been it playing out there. The 4 hour though, we did not get overbought yet, so definitely could be more juice in it if this does want to make an attempt at a rally. Alright, Matic. Bears losing momentum on the MACD for the weekly, but the stochastics cross bearish, neutral on the RSI. And we broke below the fib level, came back up, attempted to break, got rejected, ran back up and attempted to break, got rejected. So pretty strong resistance at the fib level here. On the daily, bulls are attempting to gain some momentum though with a bullish cross on the stochastic, so that's looking nice. Neutral on the RSI. And let's see, higher lows, not really a high or low, that's if you're not counting the wick at least. Here we do have a higher low though, and a little bit of a higher high. 4 hour bulls losing momentum on the MACD, bearish cross on the stochastic, very slightly in the bullish control zone on the RSI, and attempting to bullishly engulf here. And we did have some 4 hour bullish divergence before beginning an attempt at a little rally here. And we didn't get overbought since then, so definitely could be some more gas in this if it wants to attempt a rally. 1 hour bears losing momentum on the MACD with the stochastic coiling up pretty heavily, so attempting to decide what to do for its next major move. Neutral on the RSI, and we're currently attempting to bullishly engulf on the candles. So this is looking quite interesting as well. If there's nothing else that you guys want to see tonight, I'll probably take a look at a few stocks and then call it a night. Alright, Tesla. Bulls losing momentum on the MACD for the weekly with a bearish cross. Neutral zone on the RSI. And a lot of consolidation going on here. Looks like it is attempting to bearishly engulf, but I would like to see if we either respect or break this fib level here as support. Bears gaining momentum on the MACD for the daily. Stochastics coiling up below the 20. We were just overbought on the RSI, now we're pulled back to neutral, and we're attempting to bearishly engulf on the daily candles. Bears gaining a bit of momentum on the MACD for the 4 hour with a bearish cross on the stochastic. Bearish control zone on the RSI and attempting to bearishly engulf on the candles here. Bears gaining momentum on the MACD for the 1 hour. Stochastics coiling up pretty heavily. Bearish control zone on the RSI and making a little attempt at bearish engulfing, but looks more like consolidation than anything on the 1 hour. Yeah, Tesla definitely could be looking better, so I'll be keeping a close eye to see if we hold this fib level or not, which would be the 236 fib level, around $950.55. Yeah, Netflix is not looking that great. Nice spike of bearish momentum here on the MACD. Bearish cross on the stochastic. Quite oversold on the RSI, but it's quite a pretty dirty pullback we've seen so far this week. Bears gaining momentum on the MACD for the daily as well. Stochastics cross bullish, but the RSI is definitely not looking that nice right now. Quite oversold, but definitely looks like there could still be a little room in it if it wants to drop further. Bears gaining momentum on the MACD for the 4 hour with a bearish cross on the stochastic. Quite oversold on the RSI, and now we're just consolidating on these 4 hour candles. Yeah, a lot of these stocks are not looking as nice as the US stock index yet, so if we start to see the stock indexes like the Dow Jones and the S&P run, some of these definitely could come back around, which if that's the case, these would be at nice accumulation zones at that point. Alright, Costco. Bulls gaining momentum on the MACD. Stochastics coiled up pretty heavily. Pretty close to overbought, but we're not quite overbought yet on the RSI, just hugging the overbought region, and attempting to bullishly engulf on the candles so far for the weekly. Bears losing momentum on the MACD. Stochastics cross bullish on the daily, bullish control zone on the RSI. We were overbought, then we pulled back down to pretty close to neutral, but didn't quite touch neutral, and now we're just in the bullish control zone. And for this daily candle, a very nice bullish engulfing, attempting to break above the previous all-time high actually. Bulls gaining momentum on the 4 hour MACD with a bullish cross on the stochastic, bullish control zone on the RSI. There was some bearish divergence before we seen a little consolidation here, but it looks like it's tempting to just rally anyways. Bulls losing momentum on the MACD for the 1 hour, stochastic coiled up heavily. Still room on the RSI to run further if it wants to. And a lot of consolidation going on now on these 1 hour candles. So Costco doesn't look that bad. Definitely nothing like Netflix right now. And honestly, this even looks a little bit better than Tesla for now. And this will be the last asset I'll check out tonight, and then I'll call it a night. Bulls losing momentum on the MACD for the weekly with a bearish cross on the stochastic. Neutral for now on the RSI. And we are attempting to hold the 236 fib level as support, so that looks decent at least. Bears losing momentum on the MACD for the daily with a bullish cross on the stochastic, neutral on the RSI, and a lot of consolidation on these candles. Bulls losing some slight momentum on the 4 hour with a bearish cross on the stochastic, neutral on the RSI, and just a lot of consolidation on these 4 hour candles. Bears gaining a little momentum on the MACD for the 1 hour, bearish cross on the stochastic, neutral on the RSI. And a lot of consolidation on the 1 hour candles. So far for the weekly candles, though, looks like we have higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher highs, higher highs. So starting to show signs of some potential accumulation here. Yeah, it's looking at least alright on the weekly. I'm going to want to wait for a little more information to develop, but if we get some higher highs from this point, Amazon will be looking a lot better. Not an accumulation zone that I would be accumulating at, but definitely would show signs of a potential rally at that point if we get some higher highs from here. Alright, well, I'm going to call it a night. I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Have a great evening.